All right, folks. Well, welcome to the Chelan Community Gym, where the Lady Bears are getting ready to take on the Lady Manson Trojans in a league playoff game. Manson, unfortunately, had a water leak, from my understanding, and it damaged their gym floor. So they are unable to host home games. So we are here at the community gym here in Chelan, which I kind of like because it allows me to, I don't have to travel all the way out to Manson, and I also like broadcasting in here. It reminds me of my old high school in Orville. Has the bleachers up above like the one does here, so liking that. And just a neat gym, a lot of fun, neat gym. Glad that we're able to get here and do this tonight. I know there was someone talking about the fact that they were not able to make it down, and Manson was mentioning that there wasn't going to be a live broadcast, but there is. So we are here for it, and we're probably going to do the flags.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Community Gym in Chelan for tonight's CWB League basketball matchup between the visiting Brewster Bears and your home team, Manson Trojans. Would you please stand and remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem by the Manson High School Pep Band under the direction of Mr. Matt Brown. Thank you, Pep Band. The Manson School District and the WIAA.
All right. Love that. Love the Pep Band. Love all the schools that have some quality Pep Bands. Them being here to encourage the players and the coaches and the teams. So loving that. Now they're going to announce those starting lineups.
A junior, number 12, Caitlin Gibbons.
Caitlin coming out.
A junior, number 20, Pepper Bosel.
Oh, they're doing them all at once. Pepper coming out.
A sophomore, number 22, Berkeley Regals.
Berkeley.
A junior, number 32, Paige Wolf.
Paige.
And a sophomore, number 44, Lizzie Ramirez.
Lizzie coming out.
The visiting Bears are coached by Dan Vassar.
All right,
now,
so Manson.
Let's meet the starting lineups for your home team, Manson Trojans. A junior, number 0, Megan Villanueva. A senior, number 2, Finley T. A sophomore, number 4, Abby Williams.
Williams.
A senior, number 14, Carly Naranjo. And a senior, number 24, Isabella Alberto.
Alberto.
Your home team Trojans are let's have a great game.
All right, folks. Well, we're ready to get this one underway. See how everybody does. Appreciate all the cheerleaders, pep band, officials, everybody here tonight to make this happen. Berkeley out to jump. Manson having a little further conversation. And Teagues jumping against Berkeley. Leasy ends up with it, puts it back to Berkeley. Berkeley drives through, up, doesn't fall, but she'll be going to line, shooting 2. Berkeley at the line. Doesn't get the first one to drop. Gets a second one. Puts the Bears on the board. 1-0. Ball inbound to Teagues. Brings it down. Passes it over to Williams. Williams dribbling, trying to get around Page. Almost loses it. Picks it up, puts it over to Mirano. Passes it in, gets tipped out of bounds by Page, so it'll be white ball. Manson Trojan ladies are 4-4 on the season. Opened the season with a 17-59 loss to Cascade, followed by a 50-21 win over Highland, 47-42 win over Eniat, 13-65 loss to OMAC, 24-68 loss to Liberty Bell, 38-34 win over Tenasket, loss to Chelan, and a win over Soap Lake, 41-35, bringing them here tonight to face the Bears. The Bears missed that one. You know, it was something Carl Word and I were talking about earlier today. We got to get some of these little lay-ins. There's 2 points right there that we missed, unfortunately. All right. Teagues brings it down. Page almost had that one. She came awful close to tipping that one away and taking off with it. Lady Bears are 10-1 on the season. That win that we broadcast, 59-41 against Liberty Bell, followed up the next day with a 58-52 win over Lakeside 9 Mile, a highly ranked 1A school. So congratulations, ladies, on that win. That's awesome to take their record to 10-1. All right, Manson with the ball, puts it back over to Teague. Teague dribbles down, and they're going to call a block on somebody here. And that one goes against Leasy. It's a foul on Leasy. 6:52 left here in the first. Manson to inbound. Oh, wide open. Someone missed their player there as Williams gets an easy bucket to take the lead. 1-2. Leasy gets it. Dribbles around, gets it out to Berkeley. Pepper with it, puts it over to Caitlin. Caitlin drives through, puts one up, doesn't drop. She'll be going to the line to shoot 2. Doesn't get the first one. Gets a second one to tie the game at 2. Teague with the ball. Teague comes across the timeline. Brings her over to the left side. Dribbles around. Pepper hits it, but it goes out of bounds. So it will be Trojan ball underneath. Brewster is now 4th in the RPI rankings for 2B ladies. Out to Teague. Kicks it over to Williams. Williams stuck in the corner. Page takes it away, throws it up to Pepper. Pepper puts it over to Berkeley. Berkeley gets it up and in. Bears take a 4-2 lead. Teague inbound to Williams. And Manson coach would like a timeout to talk with her team. Doesn't want to see the Bears continue to climb away here. Though that's what the expectation tonight is, the Bears to have a quote-unquote easy victory. But so far, Trojans holding their own. Bears missing a couple little lay-ins there and missing a free throw. And so we'll see what happens here as the game goes on. Teague with it, bringing it across the timeline. The coach set something up where they're trying to get it underneath. Teague with it still, passes it over to Williams. Williams back to Teague. Teague trying to get it in, taken away by Page. Page puts it all the way up to Caitlin, and Caitlin goes and lays it in. The Bears extend their lead 6-2. So Teague with it. Looking to try and pass it around, but passes just aren't going for her. Teague trying to pick it up, gets it up to Williams. Page all over her. Over to Narano, and missed shot. Pepper with it, last second in the shot clock. Puts it up to Berkeley. Berkeley fouled hard, so she'll be going to the line. So Berkeley at the line. See if she can get a couple here. First one drops in for, extends the lead 7-2. Villanova back out there to rebound. Second shot up, doesn't drop. Page tips it, gets it. Kicks it out to Berkeley. Berkeley throws over the top of Caitlin. Caitlin isn't quite as tall as Berkeley. All right, so Manson to inbound. 7-2, 4:46 left here in the first. Teague with it. Kicks it over to Williams. Teague with it again. Tries to pass it in underneath to Villanova, but Pepper takes it away. Oh, goodness, I'm sorry, folks. Just trying to look at the score sheet, my phone and the ball. Caitlin Gibbons with another lay-in for the Bears. 9-2 with 4:14 left here in the first. Teague across the timeline. Over to Williams. This would be the pair of ball handlers. Kicks it out to Murano. Murano looking to try and get it back to someone. Almost risking 5 seconds. Teague gets it. It'll say red ball, so turnover. Pepper going to inbound. Inbound to Page. Just taking her time, coming across the timeline. Kicks it over. Oh, we're back to Berkeley. Berkeley has it, drives through everybody, doesn't get it to drop. Again, an issue we've seen recently, little lay-ins that are points that just easy buckets, easy points. Something I know you got pressure, I know you got people on you. I understand it isn't as easy as it looks, but those are the things that'll help really advance their postseason play, making those shots. Carl was pointing out how many points were left on, or that they missed out on missed little lay-ins. Williams with the ball for Manson, over to Narano. Narano gets it tipped away by Caitlin. Caitlin hustles through, gets the ball, picks it up, looking, gives it to Berkeley, kicks it out to Paige. Paige fires a 3 and sinks it. 12-2, 3:04 left in the first. Teague bringing it across the line. Teague, a name I've called a lot over the years for Manson. Gets it taken away by Leasy. Pepper has it, puts it up to Caitlin. Caitlin gives it to Berkeley. Berkeley fires, won't drop. Rebound, won't drop. Again, little ones they need to be able to make. Caitlin takes it away, won't drop. Teague with it. Goes around everybody. 3-on-2 situation, puts it up and sinks it. Great job by Teague. 12-4, Paige with the ball. Drives around, she puts up a little floater, won't drop. Rebound Teague. Paige coming wanting that ball back. Teague kicks it over to Williams. It ends up going off Williams' hands and out of bounds. So Bear ball. Pepper to inbound to Paige. 2 minutes left. She puts it all the way down to Leasy. Leasy misses an easy lay-in, and it's back to Manson ball. Teague with it. Dribbles around. Kicks it over to Narano. Teague with it again. Berkeley takes it away, but Manson puts on a little stop, but they tip it out of bounds. So, all right, let's see. 24. Alberto in. Who went out? Williams went out, giving her a little rest. All right, Pepper, Caitlin. Caitlin drives around everybody, feeds it over to Millie. Millie in. Berkeley fires a 3, doesn't drop, goes out of bounds. Manson ball. Teague with it. 12-4. Teague passes it in to Villanova. Villanova to Narano. Tries to force it through their legs. Pepper had it. Puts it up to Berkeley. Berkeley dribbles, goes around, quick little move, and drops it. 14-4. 47 seconds remaining. Teague with it. Across the timeline. Drives around, picks up her ball. Millie all over her. Roberto with it, kicks it out to Gildersleeve. Gildersleeve for a 3, misses, but Villanova gets the rebound and will be going to the line to shoot 2. Millie with the foul. First one is up and off the back iron. 18.9 seconds remain in the first. Second shot up and good. 14-5. Paige inbound, or Pepper with the ball. Pepper drives down, kicks it over to Berkeley. Berkeley drives and gets stuffed, and away Manson goes. Then Brewster takes it back away. Shot there at the buzzer, misses. So end of 1, Bears up 14-5. Though quite frankly, with a few made lay-ins, they would have be up quite a few more actually. Maybe 6 more. coach looks like he's going to make some substitutions here to start the second. So Brewster will be putting in 4 new faces, I believe. Millie will remain out on the floor. Let's see, I think we're putting in Cece or Ceci. Ceci, Ilea, Addie, and who else? Jaylene. So Jaylene is in, Ilea, Addie, Ceci, and Millie to start the second for the Bears. Bears will have the ball to start the second. Addie with it. Addie dribbles down, kicks it back. Ilea with it. Addie with it. Addie drives around. Ceci with it. Drives through traffic. About gets it stolen away. Addie recovers it. Great job, Addie. All right, Ilea. Oh, just off the rim. Rano with it, gives it over to Teague. Teague brings it across. And they're going to call Addie for a hold. I love the smiles. She do it too. She's like, oh, man. Villanova to inbound. Inbounds to Teague. Dribbles it out. Oh, Williams. Or no. Narano with it. Narano inbound to Teague. Teague dribbles in the middle, up and in. Great job by Teague. 14-7. Addie coming across the timeline. Dribbles through, gives it out to Ceci. Ceci shot from the free throw, doesn't drop. Addie with the rebound, kicks it over to Jaylene. Jaylene with it. She dribbles, kicks it over, picked off by Teague. Teague comes around. Traffic, drives down, doesn't get the lay-in, gets her own rebound, tries to put it up again, doesn't drop, gets a rebound again, thought she got fouled, but the refs did not call it. So it will be, but it is Manson ball. So Teague coming out, Williams going in for her. Narano puts it into Villanova, but Jaylene saw that one coming, picks it off, drives down, kicks it over to Ceci. Ceci puts up a little shot, doesn't drop, rebounded by Williams, I believe, coming down the sideline. Gets a foul. So Manson ball on the side. 14-7 with 6:25 left here in the second. Williams bringing it across. Narano puts it into Villanova with Millie on her. Millie tips it. Ceci gets it. She drives up the middle, puts it up. Oh, Addie can't quite hold that one. So out of bounds, go back to Manson ball. 6:07. Inbounds to Williams. Bears are now putting on some full court pressure here, trying to trap them. See if we can get that ball away. Williams gets around Addie. Spins, drives, lays it up and in. Great job, Manson. All right, Ceci with it, driving down the side. Brings it back out, kicks it out to Jaylene. Jaylene puts it over to Addie. Addie to Ilea. Ilea kicks it out to Jaylene. Jaylene dribbles through, gets fouled on the way in, and they're going to call it underneath. So inbound play for the Bears. 5:34 left here in the first half. Ilea to inbound. Jaylene kicks it out. Ceci. Ceci for a three. Doesn't drop. Ilea touched it, but then it went over and went off of Narano. So Bear ball here with 5:29 left. Another inbound play. Inbounds to Addie. Addie looks at it, kicks it to Ceci. Ceci dribbles it out. drives to the side, gives it to Addie. Addie drives in the middle, puts it over to Hylea. Hylea kicks it out to Jaylene, to Ceci. Ceci over to Jaylene, over to Millie. Millie fires one and rims in. 16-9, 5:07 left. Okay, Williams with it, Narano with it, back to Williams. Williams working her way around traffic, crosses half court, kicks it back over to Narano. Narano gets it tagged away by Ceci. Ceci goes, hey, I'm gonna go see what I can do here. Oh, gonna say she got a hold, so she'll go, we'll have an inbound play. With 4:46 remaining, looks like the Coach Vassar is gonna sub in an entire squad, which he does. So 5 on, 5 off. Starters back out on the floor, calling an inbound play. 4:46 left in the first half. Caitlin gets it tipped, but Paige says, let me try this, and it doesn't quite drop, but Pepper there for the rebound and the putback. 18-9, 4:37. Teague with it, bringing it across the timeline. Kicks it, oh, almost stolen away, but Williams gets it, drives around, and just like that, Bears have it. Quick, up and in by Caitlin Gibbons. Nice pass there. Pepper. Teague with it, comes across the timeline. Set herself up. See if she can drive around. Bears stop that, trying to do a pick and go. Fires one, doesn't drop. Berkeley had it. Gives it Paige bringing it down. Slows up, lets her team get around her. Setting up the offense. Kicks it over to Berkeley. Berkeley looking, kicks it over to Caitlin. Caitlin with it. Pepper with it. Berkeley, Paige. Paige drives around, puts up a little jumper, doesn't go. But Lisi with it. Lisi dribbles it away. They batted the ball around, but Paige comes away with it. 22 on the shot clock. Sets back out to set up the offense again to see if they can get a drive here. Kicks it over to Berkeley. Berkeley over to Caitlin. Caitlin looks, kicks it over to Paige. Paige from the corner, doesn't drop. Pepper gets the rebound, takes it back out, then dribbles back in. Little left-handed hook doesn't drop. Paige with the rebound and tries to put back, but gets fouled on the way up by Narano. So she'll be going to the line to shoot a couple. 3 minutes remain here in the first half. Oh, that one really, really thought hard if it was going to go in. Unfortunately, it rims out. One more for Paige. Puts this one up, and that one doesn't drop, but Pepper gets it. Little up and in, 22-9. Villanova into Teague. Teague coming across the timeline. Looking where she can put it. She picked up her dribble. And Caitlin Gibbons takes it away on the pass. Puts it up and in. Great job by Caitlin. Okay, Williams with it. Back to Teague. 24-9 with 2:30 left in the first half. Teague over to the side. Looking to see what she can do. Trying to get Villanova open underneath. Little give and go, but it gets taken away by Lisi. Lisi passes up in front of Caitlin. Caitlin dribbles out. Berkeley with it back to Caitlin. Caitlin goes around her defender. Goes up and in. 26-9, 2:05 remain. Teague with it. Coming across the timeline. Kicks it out to the side to Williams. Over to Monzi. I'm not going to try Monzi's last name because I'm going to mess it up. Pepper with it. Throws it up to Lisi. Lisi kind of loses the handle on it. Picks it back up. Puts it over to Paige. Paige up and in. 28, sorry. Can't see. I'm half blind. 28-9. Teague with it, coming across the timeline with 1:30 left here in the first half. Kicks it to Williams. Ooh, over the top of Schoenwald. Schoenwald, I know that name. I know a couple Schoenwalds. Good family. All right, inbounds to Page. Dribbles it down. Puts it to Caitlin, to Berkeley. Berkeley to Pepper. Pepper to Caitlin. Caitlin up and in. She's got that left-handed laying down. 30-9 with 1:04 left here in the first half. Teague bringing it across the timeline. Dribbles to the side. Villanova back to Teague. Teague for a little shot. Doesn't drop, goes out of bounds. Bare ball. 48.1. All right, Page with it. Page coming across the timeline. Kicks it over to Pepper. Pepper back to Page. Over to Caitlin. Caitlin looking. Gives it to Pepper. A little jumper by Pepper doesn't drop. Gives it, Lisi rebounds. Oh, Lisi gets a rebound again. Pepper for a 3, and that one won't drop. Page gets it, brings it out. Oh, tries to force it in underneath. Teague saw it coming, intercepts it. And they're gonna, Lisi fouls her trying to get the ball back. So 12.5 seconds. Lisi draws another foul. They don't happen to have the scoreboard, so I don't know how many fouls she has, but she's got a couple, I think. Teague with it. 10 seconds. Back to Teague. 4 seconds remaining. Over to Williams. Williams fires one. Oh, almost goes. Almost goes to end the first half. But as it stands, 30-9. 30-9 at the end of the first half with Brewster on top. Both teams headed to the lockers here at the Chelan Community Gym. The Manson Trojans' home court got damaged in a flood, from my understanding. There was a burst pipe and flooded and destroyed their home gym floor. So they're playing here at the Chelan Community Gym, which I like the community gym. It reminds me of the old Orville gym that I played in for my years up there in high school. So nice to see it here, and it's a great opportunity for teams to have an extra quality gym. So it's nice to be here tonight. I was glad I was able to run down to broadcast this for everybody. Manson has had some good teams over the years that I've sat and watched, take pictures and broadcast. A lot of the names tonight: Williams, Schoenwald, Teague. I'm trying to remember, there's some others, but those are the ones that come to mind on the girls' side and also on the boys' side. Winters on the boys' side, Rasmussen, Thompson, Schoenwald. Penske, JT Penske. So Penske's great baseball players. Got to play some baseball with them over the years and had a lot of fun. Good quality team. So they're quality players, all these student athletes. We were discussing how a Manson basketball game one time helped our one of our great family members. Well, not my family members, but Mike Taylor. Mike Taylor had a medical emergency, and he wasn't at a basketball game, and his family then knew he was having a medical emergency, sent the ambulance, and it got him treated fast enough that he didn't have lasting effects from it, or bad lasting effects from it. So we were reminiscing about that yesterday, actually, and I was going, oh yeah, that's right. Because yeah, if we wouldn't have had a game that day, I might have not ended up so well. So little things, but well, I'm glad that, and again, Manson volleyball team, man, they made another run at the state title, 2-time defending state 2B volleyball champions. Great program. Made another run at it this year. I don't know where they ended. I know they didn't end up winning it for a third year, but I know they made a strong run at it. Tenasket was really good this year in volleyball too, so congratulations to the teams that were representing CWB volleyball, and Manson one of them. The hard part is when you're in a smaller school, and well, even larger schools, but especially smaller schools, you really appreciate the students that are able to be multi-sport athletes. You know, you kind of need that to have successful programs, but a lot of times it's really a challenge for some of the student athletes that are have goals set that they're going to try and accomplish, i.e. playing college volleyball. So if you want to play college volleyball, you need to really be on your game, and a lot of times that requires club volleyball. And guess what? Club volleyball conflicts with girls basketball. So a lot of times players will make a choice to focus on their club volleyball rather than playing basketball. I know Brewster's had a number of opportunities where they've had girls that wanted to do both, and the coaches are like, you know, you need to kind of pick what you're going to do, and the girls will pick volleyball, and so they won't be out on the floor for the basketball team. Sometimes you got to compromise and figure out how to make it work if you want multi-sport athletes. Number of young ladies have gone on to play college volleyball out of the Chelan program, Brewster program, I'm sure Manson. So it's awesome to see the ladies have those opportunities to go on into college and maybe even pay for part of their college, or at least have that experience. I mean, when I was talking with my boys about college sports, one of the things I always encouraged them about was the travel. I mean, you know, even if they went and played college at a school that wasn't scholarshiped, you still get to travel and go around with the team and see parts of the country you might never see otherwise. And so always encouraged them about that. Of course, neither one of my boys decided to play college sports, which absolutely killed me, but that's okay. They're both doing exceptional, and I love them both to pieces and very proud of them. You know, obviously there is a part of me that wishes they would have, so I could have went and watched some college ball. But not the way it worked out, and that's okay. I will survive. So anyhow, we are excited to be here tonight. Encourage everybody. Had a nice conversation with Carl Word today. He was chatting about some of the student athletes that he has been encouraging and promoting on his site and on his Facebook, and just saying, hey, you know, these are great student athletes that are doing great things. A lot of them are in college, so kind of fun to see that. I encouraged him and said that is awesome. Mentioned a couple young ladies that are doing really well. Timon Twa is doing really well in horse races, and obviously, you know, the other thing that he mentioned, which is so very true, Miss Jones played for Okanagan, and man, she'd sink some of those threes late in the game and be the dagger that really helped propel Okanagan girls basketball to playoff and state appearances, and you know, definitely one of the key components to their success, but didn't quite maybe get the recognition that some others did. And Carl was pointing out to her how awesome it is to see her playing basketball at Spokane Falls, you know, and of course she was mentioning how awesome it is to have a bunch of kids from Brewster and Tenasket as well as Okanagan, you know, doing Bible studies as well as playing sports there. And you know, we know Reese Vassars played there along with Brady Wolf, and Carson Bozel, and you know, just a lot of and Joe Thornton, a lot of top athletes from high school ended up playing for Spokane Falls baseball team, and love those guys and really appreciated them, and got to go to the Babe Ruth World Series with them, and a lot of fun to watch. Good young men. And anyway, they're there as well and part of that group, and that's awesome. So Well, folks, I am looking at the upcoming schedule, and I am going to do my best to make Thursday night's game down in Waterville, where the Brewster ladies will be taking on Waterville Mansfield Shockers. And I think that'll be a pretty good game. Waterville Mansfield's historically well, they do. They've got a good team. They just do. And so that will be a good game for the ladies. Then on Saturday, they take on Kashmir in Kashmir. I won't be able to broadcast that one. And then on Tuesday, they'll be hosting Chelan at home, a game that I'm also unfortunately going to miss. But I will be back for the Bridgeport game, and hopefully the rest of the season. The only one that I'm not sure if I'll make will be Davenport, but we'll see. I might be able to pull that one off. So, but girls out to a 30-9 lead here at halftime over the ladies from Manson Trojans. There we go. No, that's not gonna work. The boys are not playing, at least on the schedule, it's not showing that the boys are going to play Waterville Mansfield. So, shows them playing Kashmir, which I'll miss, and Chelan, which I'll miss, but I'll be back for the rest of their games. Oh, they're playing OMAC. I didn't know if, no, the girls are playing OMAC too, never mind. Well, we'll see what happens with the boys. I am going to see about the Waterville Mansfield if I make it to that one. Oh, all right. Well, Manson ball to start the third period. Narano to inbound. She's going to put it into Teague. And away we go. Teague dribbling to the side, looking to see if she can penetrate the Brewster defense. Williams gets it tipped away by Page. Pepper picks it up, gives it to Page. Page goes down and lays it up and in. 32-9. Teague with it. Crossing the timeline. Coming over to the side. Opened up the middle for her. Bounces a little hard. All the way up to Lisi. Lisi comes down, and it doesn't drop for her. It will be bare ball. Teague got it, but it ended up dribbling it out of bounds. It is hard. You start getting in your own mind, I think. I saw my boys kind of do the same thing and miss a few, and it's like, oh, am I doing it too hard? And then you do it too soft. Just a touch. All right. Page with it, gives it out to Caitlin. Caitlin looking, gives it back to Page. Page to Pepper. Pepper dribbles around, kicks it over. Oh, Caitlin was wide open underneath. Doesn't drop from the right side. Caitlin's really good from the left. Page for a three, doesn't drop. Lisi gets the rebound, gets it tapped away, brings it out, gives it to Berkeley. Berkeley decides, hey, I'm going to try a three. And in and out of the rim, but rebounded by Page and up and in. So 34-9. Villanova back to Teague. Teague coming across the timeline. Kicks it out to Narano. Narano kicks it in, but it gets tipped away by Caitlin. Berkeley with it. Berkeley up to Page. Page drives around, puts a little floater, doesn't drop. Caitlin with it from the left side, up and in. 36-9. Teague with it, 6:19 left. Brings it across the timeline. Brings it up the side. They're going to try the same similar play. Lisi gets it. They try and pass it into Villanova, but Pepper's seen that and doesn't drop. It doesn't fall for it. And up, and it doesn't drop for her, but Caitlin will be going to the line. Foul will be on Villanova, or excuse me, Narano. So foul on Narano sends Caitlin to the line with opportunity to add 2 more. 36-9. You know, it would help if I would notice these things. Caitlin's left-handed. You know, my little brain assumes everybody's right-handed because I'm right-handed, and they aren't. I wonder if Caitlin's so good from the left side. Caitlin shoots that one and gets that one to go up and in. 37-9. Teague with it. Gets picked off by Page on the pass. Page dribbles down, up and in. 39-9. Teague with it. Trying to get around. Pepper knocks it away. Teague picks it back up. Drives around. Puts up a little floater, and oh my gosh, that girl's got a good shot. 39-11. I think she has most of their points. Oh, that was such hustle. Such hustle by Caitlin. That pass was just over from Page, was a little too far for Lizzie to get. Going out of bounds, and in streaks Caitlin. Pushes it back, and the Bears tried to get it on the side, just not quite able to keep it in bounds. So Manson ball, Teague with it. Teague into Villanova. Villanova back to her. Doesn't get that one to drop. Page with it. There's 4 Manson players on the floor fighting her for it. And I'm not sure. They're going to say it's white ball, and white coach called a timeout. So it'll remain Manson ball. Gildersleeve was fighting with it, but Page was surrounded by 4 Manson players because her teammates assumed she had it, and they all busted to go down the court. And she was left there and ended up having to battle for it and couldn't quite get it away from 4 defenders. So Manson ball on the inbound when we resume play here. Manson coach took a full timeout to give him a little bit of a rest. Oh, goodness. Small crowd small crowd, but it's a Tuesday night, so not terribly shocking. Man, the guys down below me have West Side Pizza. I like West Side Pizza. That's good stuff. All right, so Manson to inbound. So Alberto inbounds to Teague. Teague takes it back out. Letting everybody sets it up. Oh, Williams with it. Up and in. Good job. We tried to get that ball and just misguessed when it was coming. So 39-13 into Caitlin. Caitlin over to Berkeley. Berkeley with it. Page with it. Page gives it to Caitlin. Caitlin from the right side lays it up and in. 41-13. 4:28 here in the third. Teague bringing it down and across the timeline. Teague's a good little player. Well, Manson has some good players. It's just they're playing one of the top-ranked teams in the state. Teague misses or isn't able to get that shot off. Pepper blocks it, but Teague fights her for it and gets it back. Pepper wants that ball. Teague drives around, lays another little floater up, doesn't drop, comes out of Williams' hands. Page with it, up to Lizzie. Lizzie from the left side, up and in. 43-13, 30-point advantage to the Bears. 3:49 remain here in the third quarter. And coach is subbing in a whole squad for Brewster. Giving his starters a rest. Giving other girls a little Little opportunity for some more experience. Lone senior on the ladies squad, Hylea Aparicio. Wonderful young lady, appreciate her. She will be going in here along with Ceci, Jaylene, Millie, and who else are they throwing in? Camilla. Camilla is going in. So keep an Addie on the bench for now. All right, Manson to inbound. Bears putting on pressure. The squad is going to pressure him. Teague goes through it, goes around, kicks it up. Oh, Gildersleeve for a three. And it'll be Manson ball underneath. Berto to inbound. Berto puts it into Villanova. Villanova loses it out of bounds. So Bear ball with 3:33 left here in the third. 3:33 in the third. All right. Ceci with it, coming across the timeline. Brings it to the side, gives it to Camilla. Camilla drives, pulls up short. Jaylene with it. Jaylene, Ceci drives to the side, gives it to Camilla. Camilla drives around, puts one up, gets it blocked by Alberto, gets it back, kicks it out to Ceci. Ceci drives and lays it up, doesn't drop. Rebound by Gildersleeve, back to Teague. Teague coming up the court. Hylea all over her. Williams with it. Williams into Villanova. Little give and go. Doesn't drop. Millie gets it. Gives it to Hylea. Hylea coming up the side. Gives her team a chance to get set. She'll run a play. Gives it to Ceci. Ceci to Jaylene. Jaylene looking at it. Dribbles to the side. Oh, passes it into Teague's hands. Teague up the sideline. Pulls up, stops, drives around and up. Doesn't drop. Gets her own rebound. And again, good player. Teague really doing well here for Manson. Got herself to the free throw line. Shoot two. 2:18 left here in the third. First one doesn't drop for her. I lay out there. Doesn't get the second one. Ceci gets it. Dribbles up court. 3-on-2. Drives around. Kicks it out to Jaylene. Millie with a three. Doesn't drop. Camilla and Alberto in a jump ball situation. And it will be Manson ball. Manson ball. I thought it should be Bear ball, and it is. I love it when they talk and discuss and go, hey, you know what? Bear ball, inbound play underneath the basket. Out to Ceci. Ceci looking, dribbles around, drives out, kicks it to Hylea. Hylea kicks it out to Camilla. Camilla kicks it to Ceci. Ceci drives. Gonna say someone, Millie pushed somebody, I guess. So player control foul, so it will be Manson ball with 1:52 left here in the third. Villanova to inbound. Gives it in to Williams. Williams with it. Kicks it, oh, Villanova almost had it taken away. Gives it up to Alberto. Alberto, gets it, does get it taken away. And Ceci with it. Camilla with it. Camilla fires, doesn't drop. Williams has it. Someone's going to be called for a hold, so it'll be Manson ball with 1:35 left here in the third. All right, Villanova. Inbounds to Williams, back to Villanova, up to Teague. Nice ball movement. Drives around everybody, puts up a little shot, doesn't drop. Gildersleeve not able to get it, but Bears tip it out of bounds, so it will be Manson ball underneath. With 1:24 here in the third. Camilla trying to stop Teague. Hylea blocks her twice. Camilla with it. ends up with it, brings it down, and goes out of bounds, and will be Brewster ball. All right, so around the side, let's say she traveled with it, so Manson ball. Villanova inbounds to Williams, gets it taken away by Ceci. Ceci gets it to count, and the opportunity to go to the line for a three-point play. 45-13, so Bears crawling towards that 40-point deficit, which gives them a running clock. Ceci at the line. Puts it up, doesn't drop. Millie almost has it. Gildersleeve gets it, gives it to Teague. Teague brings it across the line. Almost gets it taken away, but dribbles through the middle, floats one up, doesn't drop for her. Camilla with the rebound, throws it way up to Jaylene. Almost drops, doesn't quite. Oh my goodness, Williams on the breakaway. Stops, and she's gonna be on the, it's gonna be a Manson ball underneath. Not quite enough fouls to go to the line yet. All right, Umberto to inbound. Oop, gets it knocked back at her, but ends up going out of bounds off of Bears, so they'll have another opportunity for an inbound play. Umberto inbounds to Williams, kicks it back to Umberto, over to Teague. Teague picks up her dribble, battling. The Bears are just all over the ball. Williams to Teague. Hialeah's got one speed and it's fast. Teague floats one, doesn't drop. Williams with the rebound, and she will be going to the line to shoot two. .4 seconds remain. 45-13. Puts the first one up and in. 45-14. Williams firing the second one. Oh, nice shot. 45-15. And timeout called. With 18.4 remaining, it'll be Bear ball. All right, so they're going to get them back out on the floor. Man, if I would have thought, I would have ordered some food. I'm gonna come, well, I had to take off at 5 to get down here for the game. But lots of good options down here in Chelan. All right, Hialeah to inbound. Manson putting on some pressure, hoping to get the ball to have a last-second shot. And they do. They get it away, and she'll be going to the line to shoot two. So Teague at the line, shooting two. We were 5 fouls, so she'll be able to get a couple shots here. So first one up for Teague. Good. 45-16. Second one up and good for Teague. 45-17, 13 seconds left. Give and go there, Ceci with it. She passes to Millie. Millie up and in. 47-17, there's 2 seconds left. Teague fires a half quarter. Woo, misses it. All right, so we will head to the fourth quarter here. Bears up 47-17. All right. Coach throwing the starters back in to start the fourth. Maybe the goal is to get to a 40-point running clock here. All right, Teague with it. Teague passes it over to Williams. She dribbles in, kicks it back out to Schoenwald. Schoenwald to Teague out for a three. Doesn't drop. Williams with the rebound. Back out to Gildersleeve. Now back to Teague. Alberto with it. Alberto for the shot. Misses. That one is rebounded by Leasy. Leasy with it. Up to Pepper. Pepper over to Caitlin. Caitlin doesn't happen to hit that one. Williams with it, coming down, slowing it up, pushing it out to Teague. Back to Williams. Williams over to no, that was Schoenwald. Into Alberto. Schoenwald puts one up, doesn't drop, gets her own rebound. Kicks out to Alberto, over to Williams. Williams with a little shot. Page with it, and jump ball, and it'll be bare ball. 6:57 remain in the game. Inbounds to Page. Up to Berkeley. Berkeley had an opening there for a moment, but Pepper with it. Pepper gives it over to Caitlin. Caitlin over to Berkeley. Berkeley over to Page. Down to Caitlin. Caitlin, doesn't drop for her. That's kind of behind the backboard shot. All right, Teague with it. Comes across the timeline. Kicks it into Alberto. Gets it taken away by Page. Page fights for it. Gives it, gets across the timeline. They're setting up. Over to Pepper. Berkeley with it. Berkeley kicks it out to Caitlin. Caitlin drives, gives it to Leasy. Leasy fires one, but not able to get it. Teague with it with 6:02 left. Teague across the timeline. Kicks it into Alberto, who had the play, but not able quite to get there. Gildersleeve misses the shot. Page with the rebound. Page brings it up across the timeline. Berkeley comes in behind her, gives it to Caitlin. Caitlin over to Leasy. Leasy to Berkeley. Berkeley drops it in. 49-17. So 8 points away from a running clock. Teague with it. 5:22 left here in the game. Teague, that one was definitely one that they saw, and Alberto wanted it back, but Page steps in and takes it away. Across the timeline. Gives it over to Pepper, to Berkeley. Berkeley kicks it out to Caitlin. Floats one up and in. 51-17. 6 points away. Timeout White. Full timeout. 4:50 remain. And coach says, we'll just sub in the other squad and give the starters a bit of a rest. We got large lead. Why risk getting a player hurt? And give the other players more time out on the court. Gotta love that. It'll be interesting to look at. I know the Manson boys team actually has like a 5-5 record, I believe, but I'm not sure who they've played. So have to check that out and see. Obviously, looking forward to seeing the boys out here tonight. Helpers out on the floor, cleaning the floor. Gotta love that too. Appreciate everybody that participates and love the littles that get involved. Ironically, a lot of those littles somehow end up being the ones that end up out on the floor playing basketball. All right, so Teague with it. Brings it across the timeline. Leia on her. Teague goes around, puts a little floater over to Gildersleeve. Tries to put one in, doesn't drop. It'll be bare ball. Addie in the game with Leia, Camilla, Ceci, and Jaylene. Camilla with it, kicks it out to Addie. Addie drives, gives it to Jaylene, who drives, sets up a little shot, won't drop, rebound, Narano. Teague with it. Teague picks up her dribble, gives it to Narano. Narano was trying to get it into Schoenwald, gives it to Teague, who battling in through the traffic there. That'll be the first foul on Brewster. That'll be on Leia. And Villanova comes in for Gildersleeve. Narano gives it to Williams, puts one up, doesn't drop, gets her own, or Narano gets the rebound. Camilla with it, or Smart not touching it, so it will be bare ball. Manson is putting on pressure. They're not giving this thing up. All right, Ceci with it, Addie with it. Addie just goes around, comes down the side, drives all the way. Nice little pass. Doesn't drop. Shot won't drop. Teague with it. 3:25 remain here in the game. Teague up to Villanova. Back to Schoenwald. Jump ball, and it'll be Manson ball. Schoenwald is a sophomore, one of 3 sophomores on the team. We've got 5 seniors here tonight for Manson, 1 for Brewster. All right, Manson inbounds it, ends up going right to Leia. Leia, oh, nice ball movement there by the Bears. Camilla with a 3, doesn't drop, and it will be Manson ball. All right, Narano inbounds to Teague. Teague brings it up the court. Williams with give and go. And Addie comes out of the crowd with it, comes up the left side, doesn't drop. Camilla with it, gets it tipped away from Narano. Over to Teague. Teague looking to throw it up. Doesn't. Kicks it over to Williams, who gets it tapped away by Leia. Teague looking to pick it up, but ends up going into Addie's hands, but unfortunately it gets out of her hands, and it will now be Manson ball. Millie comes in. Villanova gets the pass, kicks it out to Teague. Teague, little floater, won't drop. Millie with the rebound. Oh, man. And on the floor we go. So another Millie picks up a foul. Manson ball. 2:15 remain, 51-17. Inbounds to Teague. Addie on her. Backs up. Moves around, fires one. Tries to get it up and remain in play, but doesn't quite happen. 2:06 remain. Coach pulling Teague and Schoenwald. And someone called the timeout. Someone else called the timeout. All right. So timeout. Brewster coach talking with his team a little bit. 51-17. few more Manson folks coming in the gym. Great. Actually, I think some Brewster folks came in too, so that's great as well. So Brewster ball on the inbound play. Addie going to inbound to Ceci. Ceci bringing it down. Goes to the side, gives it over to Jaylene, over to Camilla. Camilla back to Addie. Addie drives, kicks it out to Ceci. Ceci for a three, and she sinks it. 54-17 with 1:45 remaining. Brings it across the timeline, gets it tapped away by Jaylene. Williams says she stopped. Oh, so Williams trying to go around traffic and stepped on the line. So Bear ball with 1:31 remaining. Addie inbounds to Ceci. Ceci brings it down across the line. Gives it over to Jaylene. Addie, Camilla tries to force it in underneath, but it'll be Bear ball as it's tapped out of bounds by Villanova. So Bears setting up an inbound play with 1:20. Nice little move, doesn't drop for her. And Tekla with it, a rebound. Narano with it, Williams with it. Williams getting double teamed. Bears like all over that thing. Trying everything they can. Addie driving to the side, floats one, doesn't drop, but she will be going to the line. .8 remaining. Addie Bozel, Pepper's younger sister. Great little ball player. It's going to be fun to watch her. She continues to hone her craft here. She is a freshman this year. Okay. Rano going out. Gildersleeve coming back in. So 55-17. Williams with it. Brings it across the timeline, 53 seconds remaining. Drives around, gives it out to Monzi. Monzi puts it to Bella. Oh, man, almost had that one. Camilla with it. Up to Ceci, up to Jaylene, and Jaylene up and in. 57-17 with 28 seconds left, running clock. Monzi with it. Gets it tapped away by Addie. Addie and her on the floor. And they're going to call jump ball. And it'll be Bear ball. All right. Addie for a three and not quite. All right, so folks, game ends 57-17. 57-17 final score for the ladies game here tonight. And we'll see if what this win does. Girls were setting at number 4 in the RPI, but with the way it's calculated, there is the opportunity that even though you win, your RPI has the possibility of actually dropping. So we'll see what happens here for the Lady Bears. As the boys come out for the Bears, taking the court, I am going to get everything reset here. I appreciate the Aparicios, and Selena has cut my hair forever, and she does an amazing job. So I love having Selena do that. It's been fun this year because she actually broadcast a few of the soccer games for us. And I really appreciate any of the parents or anybody, the fans that are willing to help me cover the things that I'm not able to get to. And that was awesome for them to do. But, yeah, she saw me tonight, and I saw her looking at my eyebrows, and I'm going, she knows I need a haircut. So tapped her and said, hey, I need a haircut. She goes, yeah, I noticed. Gotta love that. All right, 7:34 until tip-off here. And I will get the scores reset, and everything is set back how it should be for the boys' game. And we'll discuss Manson's boys' team a little bit here. All right, so we're reset, and let's go look at boys' team. So Manson is 5-6 on the season. So they're 5-6 on the season. They beat Cascade 54-39, lost to Davenport 29-73, beat Highland 45-44, beat Eniat 43-28, lost to OMAC 31-42, lost to Liberty Bell 36-76, lost to Tenasket 38-62, beat Wilbur Creston Keller 40-38. Boy, that's a close one. Lost to Kittitas 39-72, lost to Chelan 28-76, and beat Soap Lake 76-34. This could be a good game, depending on who wants it a little worse. You know, my opinion is the Bears played some really tough teams. That's why their record isn't as good as it could be. But they have a lot of talent, a lot of young talent. It's going to be a lot of fun watching these guys over the next couple coming years. But even tonight, I mean, they could walk away with a good-sized victory here tonight. It's kind of my guess. If they play the ball they're capable of, I think the Bears boys end up with a victory here tonight. So we'll see. I haven't seen Manson play. They got some height. Maybe a slight overall height advantage, possibly, but we'll see how it turns out here tonight. Love the pep bands. In fact, Manson has a good pep band like Brewster, so it's nice to hear him over there playing tonight. But oh goodness, another West Side Pizza box. Oh, this is killing me. But a lot of fun to see the different food options that people in Chelan get to benefit from. So, oh man. Had a great weekend over in Moses Lake this past weekend. Get to visit with Grant and our daughter-in-law, Allie. She is expecting their first, which I keep bragging about, but you know, that's just how I am. So, but we had a lot of fun. We put a door on one of the rooms, and that was fun. I'm not much of a carpenter. You know, asked me to fix the computer, we're solid. Asked me to put a door on a room, and that's a little bit more of a challenge for me, but able to help figure that out. Grant is very, very talented and capable, and worked on it till that thing shut really well and looked good. So a lot of fun. And you know, it's just, to me, it's still kind of unique that he has two brother-in-laws out here on the basketball team. So Jacob Pachowski, Maxwell Pachowski are Grant's brother-in-laws. But no, it's neat to see. And like I said, Brewster has a lot of potential, a lot of talent, and I think they could do well this season. Manson's record is better, but I don't know the quality of the teams they have played compared to Brewster. You know, there were some bigger ones in there, which we haven't had a chance to play yet. Manson normally has a good basketball team, so it'll be fun to see. This is going to be a good game to watch. Streckers at Manson. The Streckers were definitely some great basketball players on the boys' side of the gym. So there's none of those on the team here tonight, but you know, it is some familiar names, and Williams, Winters, Rasmussen, Brown, Thompson, Schoenwald, Center, I think, even. But they've got 4 seniors on the squad. So 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 seniors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 juniors, 2 sophomores. So a little older team than Brewster, but we'll see how it transpires here for the Bears. Should be a good game. So hopefully the Bears can get another victory here tonight. Oh my goodness! You know, I missed those. I missed the Lakeside games while I was over celebrating my second granddaughter's first birthday. We ate at Chico's Pizza, and I don't know if you've ever eaten at Chico's Pizza in Moses Lake. It was people were telling me how wonderful Chico's Pizza is. I will say they have a ton of toppings on their pizza, ton of toppings. We had a Hawaiian that was just absolutely buried in pineapples and ham. I mean, that was great. And the same, they've got Hostetter's? I can't remember what it was. It was a meat pizza, had bacon on it, all kinds of meat, and covered with bacon. And I love the toppings. But the crust, I don't know, maybe they were in a rush. It just didn't seem cooked all the way. It was kind of, I don't know. I was not impressed. We had tried to go there one time because I'd heard how great it was, and there was a 2-hour wait to get in. I will say they have all kinds of seating. I mean, they had all kinds of seating. The place was packed. They had like 5 birthday parties going on besides ours. So it's like, wow, great place to gather a bunch of people, get some pizzas, and you know, hang out. The pizzas weren't inexpensive for sure. And they did have an arcade area, so lots of kids eating or feeding them quarters. But yeah, so we did that, and I missed the game against Lakeside. Lakeside 9 Mile is right off the side of Spokane, and typically good quality teams. The girls were ranked very high, and our girls were able to beat them by 6. On the flip side, the boys ended up losing by 5. Oh my gosh, that must have been a great game. Again, the Lakeside boys were fairly highly ranked, and I kind of thought it was going to be a good game, and obviously it was. 5-point loss for the Bears. But, you know, looking at similar teams, we lost to Liberty Bell by 30. They lost to them by 40. We really haven't played anybody. Chelan. We lost to Chelan by 30, and they lost by a few more than that. So I'm going to give the edge here tonight to the Brewster boys. I think the Brewster boys play like they're capable. They'll come out of here with a victory. And they've been playing better recently. I think, you know, that tough loss at Lake Roosevelt by 3. Lake Roosevelt's a quality team. Lost Cleon by just a few. So I think the Brewster boys are going to win this one tonight. And I think it's going to set them up. I think they're going to do well, you know, in their run here to the end. And it'll be interesting. You know, they've got to play well to finish the season, but I think they have every capability of doing that. So it'll be good. So we are going to have some fun, folks. I have a senior here tonight that I've been meaning to harass. She is the lone senior on the Brewster squad, and she happened to come over to be next to her parents, who sat next to me. So we're going to get her on the air. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. We have the honor of having Hylea Aparicio sit down with us for just a couple minutes here. We've got 5:47 before the boys' game start. How's it being the senior on the team?
It's good. It's weird because I feel like I'm not, and I feel like I've been playing for forever, so I should feel like it, but I still don't.
Don't feel like the senior
No.
on the team. Well, it is a lot of fun to watch you out there, and you guys are doing really well so far. I missed your Lakeside game. Give me a quick synopsis. I know you guys beat them, which was awesome. But how did that go?
I think we played good towards the end. We started off kind of slow,
Okay.
and we kind of shocked ourselves as well. We're like, oh. And then we kind of flipped it around the second half. We started playing in unison a little bit better.
Okay.
And we pulled out. I think we won by 6.
Okay, that's kind of what I saw. So that's awesome. You got a game coming up against Waterville Mansfield. That should be a good game.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's anybody really after that that's going to give you too much of a run for your money.
Yeah.
That I'm seeing. So But you'll get to postseason and go from there. Now the more important stuff. What do you got planned after high school, sweetie?
I don't fully know. Maybe Gonzaga.
Okay.
Maybe gap year.
Okay.
I'm kind of still deciding.
I'm still picking and choosing. Have you applied to Gonzaga?
I have, yeah.
Okay. You got accepted?
Yeah.
Of course you did. So that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I will keep that in prayer for you.
Thanks.
I think you do wonderful either way.
Yeah.
I'd love to see you at Gonzaga.
Thanks.
That'll be awesome. What else you got going on?
Not much.
Not much.
Just basketball and school.
Basketball and school?
Senior year, filling out scholarships all day long. That's my life right now.
That's a good plan,
Yeah.
honestly. That is a good plan. So soccer season, how did that go for you?
It went pretty good. We lost in the quarterfinals.
Okay.
Yeah. Quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals. You guys did really well.
Yeah.
What are you going to play in the spring?
Undecided.
Undecided.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess we're going to have to find out.
Okay. Man, you're just leaving me with all kinds of fun things to think about. All right. Favorite sports memory this season?
This basketball season?
Yeah, this season. Basketball or soccer. You can pick either.
I loved making it to state with our soccer team.
Okay.
We had a ton of freshmen on the team, so it was kind of their first look at it, and it was really fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling you're going to go to state in basketball too, just so
Hopefully.
you know. I think you guys will. You guys are doing well. You know, tighten up a little bit on the lay-ins. You just tell them how they're supposed to do it. You get them straightened out, okay?
Yeah, we'll work on it.
That'll be fun. Any big plans for like a little trip after you graduate yet, or are you just still that up in the air too?
Still up in the air. I think we're going to camp a lot, but my
Okay.
sister's getting married, so we got a
That's
lot of
true.
planning.
Forgot
We got a
about
bachelorette party. I guess we're going to go far for that.
Oh,
so.
awesome. Well, that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I thank you so much for coming
Yeah,
and chatting
thank
with
you.
us, and we appreciate you very much, Eileen.
Yeah.
All
Thank
right,
you.
now you can take off. Thank you. All right. Hi, Leia Aparicio, everybody. Appreciate her very much. Wonderful young lady. And the sole senior on the girls' basketball team. We got 2:45 left here to keep you occupied until we tip off for the boys' game. But I do believe the boys are going to win this one here tonight. And I think it's going to be a good game, though. So we'll see how it goes. It was interesting to hear how the game against Lakeside went for the girls. And Leia will do amazing wherever she goes. She is just an absolute energy. Reminds me of the Energizer Bunny. Just go, 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 go. So a lot of fun there. But now it'd be neat to see her at Gonzaga, or if she takes some time to ponder what she wants to do next. And I had forgotten her sister is getting married. I saw an announcement, and then I spaced it, frankly. I need to let her sister know how proud I am of her, and that's going to be awesome for her. So they have been together for a long time, so we'll have to see. I need to get some more interviews done with some more of the players. I just need to. But fun game for the ladies tonight. Not a lot of pressure. Everybody got a good amount of play time and some experience out there. So that's great. And it doesn't really matter who you are or what goes on. We're not sure how it's all going to turn out for everybody, but I love seeing these young ladies and young men out here on the court. And it does. It takes a village. You hear that phrase a lot, but it really does. If you want your kids to really thrive and succeed, it is nice to have a village to be a part of. And we have been a part of that. I was just thinking about all the basketball games that I have taped, actually. I actually recorded on an iPad. So anyway, all these games from when Isaac was small and my girls were young, all the volleyball, basketball, baseball, just everything that they've done through the years. And, there were times when I had 4 kids going 4 different ways and 2 of us. And some other friends and family and parents, coaches stepped up and took them for us. I did hear that Mr. Keltman was kind of a little crazy on the drive into baseball to Afraida. Just saying, Trevor. Isaac loved it. Loved that little burger joint there at the Dry Falls. But I tell you what, he told me some stories. But anyway, it is great to have people willing to step in and help you get your kids where they need to go. and it takes a huge amount of effort. They have to keep their grades up. They have to, they have to keep the grades up. Practices, parents driving them to practice, sibling driving to practice, and all the time that takes for them to get here tonight. So, of course, I had a friend of mine now telling me that, hey, someday it will be on ESPN. Yeah, right. It is a lot of fun to do this. I don't know that I am politically correct enough to make ESPN. I would always be probably a little biased towards my favorite team, but no. You know what? All of them, like I said, all of them are awesome to watch, awesome to see, and awesome to support. And like the post I was talking about by Miss Jones, she's talking about how great it is to be playing with and being surrounded by players, student athletes from Brewster and Tonasket, as well as Okanagan, which is where she's from. But she's right. You just never know. I've seen kids from all over our valleys end up playing together, which is, you just never know. You never know where you end up going to college. You never know who you're going to be playing with or going to school with or who you're going to be journeying through this life with. You might face them on the basketball court or the baseball field or the volleyball court or whatever, but you may end up hanging out with them and then being your best friends for life. Okay, so center, Williams, which, guess what? We had a Williams number 4 on the female side. Winters.
Junior, number 20, Ben Rasmussen. And a junior, number 22, Spencer Thompson.
So Thompson coming out. All right, this could be a good game. Let's see how it all goes. All right, Carden to jump. I'm going to guess he's going to go up against Thompson, and that would be correct. Carden gets a tip, goes back to Jordy. Jordy gets it tipped away. Zinner all over him, turns it over to Winters. Winters almost loses it, gives it back to Zinner. Zinner gives it down to, they're going to call Carden. And say Carden reached in on Thompson. So first foul on the Bears. Puts it out to Rasmussen. Rasmussen into Williams for the score. Manson takes the lead, 0-2. Lando with it. Lando driving around. Drives over to the side, tries to go through traffic, gets it taken away. Williams up to Rasmussen. Back to Williams. Gets the rebound, Thompson does, kicks it out to Rasmussen. Rasmussen drives, kicks it out to Winters, and up and in. 0-4 now. Sam Arevalo with it. Sam drives through traffic, has 3 on him, and they're going to say jump ball, Manson ball. Coach Taylor not happy with what he's seeing, subbing in 3 players and setting a few for the starters. Thompson to inbound. Thompson inbounds to Williams. Williams bringing it across. Kicks it out to Zinner. Zinner to Rasmussen. Rasmussen to Thompson. Thompson turnaround, doesn't drop. Rebound Max Pachowski. Gives it up to Jordy Medina. Jordy kicks it out to Preston. Preston to Jordy. Jordy looks at the 3, dribbles out, gives it back to Preston. over to Carden. Carden drives, gets it kind of tapped away, looks at it, puts up a little floater up and in. Bears 2 to 4, up to Winters. Winters gives it up to Rasmussen. Back to Winters, over to Williams. Williams drives through traffic, gets it tipped away by Carden, and he was straight up, so no foul on that one. Okay, so Winters goes out, and Juarez comes in. Preston gets stopped. Juarez tries to sink it, doesn't get it. Rebound by Max, up to Carden. Carden gets it tipped away, and Williams coming down, lays it up and in. 2 to 6. Up to Jordy. And they're going to say first call on Zenner. So Zenner gets it. Max Pachowski, again, one of Grant's brother-in-laws, will inbound to Lando Gebbers. Lando brings it across the timeline. Gives it into Carden. Carden puts it up, doesn't drop, gets it, takes it out, kicks it over to Max, back to, and there we go, just like that, 5 to 6. Bronson Becker with the 3 there. Williams with it. Kicks it over to Thompson to Zenner. Zenner drives, and they're going to call it on Lando, I think, on the floor, and they do. So on the floor, second foul for the Bears. Okay, Juarez goes out, Winters comes back in. Gonna feed him in underneath, kicks it out to Williams for a 3, doesn't drop. Carden with the rebound. And they're gonna, so Zenner's gonna have a second foul on him too quick, so if they leave him in, I'll be surprised. Carden to inbound, and they don't. They pull him out and bring in Juarez. So 5 to 6 with 4:58 left here in the first. Carden inbound to his cousin, Lando. Lando kicks it down to Bronson. Carden fires the 3 and sinks it. Bears now take an 8 to 6 lead. Williams with it, coming down, bringing it across, gives it to Juarez. Thompson with it, and Rasmussen sinks the 3 to take back the lead 8 to 9. Lando Gebbers with it. Lando comes across the timeline, kicks it out to Bronson. Bronson with a 3, doesn't drop. Bears kind of pushed out, and they're going to call Bronson for that one. So timeout. Eight to 9 here in the first quarter. Bears, going to be a good game. I think whoever, well, I'm hoping the Bears end up with a victory here tonight like we talked about. Hopefully they do. And I think it'll be a lot of who ends up with the ball late. All right. Team's back out on the floor. Manson ball. 3 fouls on the Bears so far. Williams with it. Bronson on him. Thompson with it. Feeds it into Juarez. Juarez gets fouled. Reaching. So that'll be Jacob Pachowski, Grant's other brother-in-law on the court. Juarez to the line to shoot 2. 4:07 left here in the first. Gets the first one, extend their lead 8 to 10. and gets the second one. 8-11. Lando with it. Lando gives it to Jacob. Jacob brings it across, passes it to Preston. Lando for a 3. Doesn't drop. Juarez comes out of there with it, down the sideline. Rasmussen for a 3. 8-14. Manson answering back the little run the Bears went on. Preston with it, tries to force it underneath to Maxwell, and there was too many Manson players around him. Winters with it. Winters driving through traffic, puts one up, doesn't drop, gets his own rebound, puts it up, gets it blocked by Bronson. Out to Rasmussen. Juarez, little fake. Williams with the 3. It does not drop. Rebound out of there by Preston. Lando with it. Lando feeds it in underneath. Jacob trying to get it up, doesn't get it. Maxwell with the rebound, and they're going to say a hold, so he'll have the ball underneath. That'll be the 3rd foul on Manson. 8-14, 2:58 left here in the first. Both teams bringing in a couple subs. Schoenwald in. Misses the little jumper there. Williams with it. Up to Winters. Forces it in underneath. Juarez now. Juarez with a little shot. Doesn't drop, and they're going to call it over the back on Guzman. So that'll be the 4th foul for Manson. Manson going to go ahead and put on full court pressure. Man-to-man. Puts it into Lando, but it gets knocked back by Winters. So Bears to inbound the ball again. Preston to inbound. Inbounds to Lando. Again, man-to-man coverage. Lando goes around traffic, gets it down, gives it out to Carden. Carden for a 3, doesn't drop. Jacob Pachowski with the rebound, kicks it out to Preston. Preston for a 3, doesn't drop, and this time Winters with the rebound. And it will be Bear ball, gets loose and out of bounds. So inbound with Jordy. Lando with it. Lando pauses, puts one up, and puts it up and in. 10-14. Williams with it. Up to Winters. Winters down to the corner, back to Winters, over to Williams, over to Schoenwald. Schoenwald back to Winters. Winters to Juarez. Oh, almost an errant pass, but quick hands by Winters. Schoenwald. Guzman with it. Guzman trying to get it out, gets picked off. Lando with it. 1:45 left here in the first. Puts it down to Preston. Preston fires and sinks a 3. Now Brewster on a little run, 13-14. Williams brings it across. Coach telling him to set up the play. Driving around the side, trying to get through traffic. Kicks it out for a 3. Doesn't drop. Goes off, off of Schoenwald. So Bear ball here with 1:21 left here in the first. Sam Arevalo coming in for Jacob Pachowski. So Sam to inbound. Inbounds to Lando. Manson is backed off the man-to-man. Full court. Kicks it down to the side, gives it to Carden. Carden trying to force his way in, and they're going to count it. So Carden with 2 to give the Bears the lead, 15-14, and he's going to the line to shoot 1. Carden drops it. All right, 16-14 Bears. Zinner with it. Juarez all open over here in the corner by himself. Fires the 3, doesn't drop. Ends up with the ball. Tries to fire it down to Carden. Carden gets it. Oh my gosh, sorry about that, folks. Little shot, doesn't drop. Could have dribbled in, would have been in. Oh, wide open for a second there. Rasmussen fires the three, doesn't drop. Preston Thompson with the rebound. Outlet to Sam Arevalo. Got so excited about the game, I wasn't moving the camera. Sorry about that. Preston Thompson nails another three. And with that, Manson wants a timeout. 19-14, Bear lead with 28 seconds left. Bears on a roll, wants to interrupt that flow to see if he can ease it up a little bit for the Bears get rolling. He's a little concerned, which he should be. That was some great shooting by Preston recently. Bears doing well. They're starting to click for him, like you're seeing out here tonight, and it's going to be awesome to see the Bears as things continue to click and start to fall into place for them. The Bears are going to be a team to contend with, and I think they've got every opportunity of making it to districts and maybe beyond. I would hope the first rounds of state, maybe Spokane, if things really fell into place for them. They're shooting and rebounding and play. All right, so Williams with the ball. Brings it across the timeline. Kicks it over to Rasmussen. Rasmussen trying to get around Max. Kicks it down to Juarez. Back to Rasmussen. Gets it tipped away. Bears come away with a steal. Sam Arevalo over to the edge, and they're going to say it was out of bounds. His foot was out of bounds. So nice steal, but end up turning it back over to Manson. All right, so Williams with it. And with that, no shot. So end of one, Bears 19, Manson 14. All right, sure both coaches talking to their squads, telling what they want to see. Manson subbing in Schoenwald, 6'1" senior. All right, we're going to start the second quarter. Bears up 19-14. 8 minutes till half. And it'll be Bear ball to start. Sam to inbound to Lando. Lando drives down, puts up a three-pointer, doesn't drop. Bears try and come away with it. Juarez wrestles it away. Schoenwald for the shot, doesn't drop, and they're going to say Manson ball. There was a truffle for the ball, and Manson ends up with it. So Juarez to inbound. Inbounds to Schoenwald. Schoenwald gives it to Williams. Coach calling in the play he wants to see. Setting it up. Williams out to Thompson, back to Williams. Trying to feed it through, doesn't get away from him. Schoenwald for a three. Doesn't drop. Sam Arevalo comes away with it. Sam forces or puts it down. Preston with it. Kicks it to Sam. Sam, little shot and up and in. Extends their lead to 21-14. Williams down to Schoenwald. Schoenwald backs up, fires, doesn't drop. Rasmussen with the rebound. Juarez for a three, doesn't drop. And Williams comes away with the rebound. Little shot, and that one does drop. Can't give them that many opportunities, boys, and not expect them to put it in. Lando with it. Simple little things. Block out. And they're going to call a foul there. 21-16. 6:45 remain here in the first half. All right, so Schoenwald coming out, Zinner coming in. Jordy going to inbound. Oh, they're bringing in, so Juarez going out, Winters coming in. Jordy to inbound. Gives it back out to Lando. Lando to Carden. Carden looks at it. Preston with it. Preston puts up a little shot. Gets it, own rebound. Tries to get it back. Doesn't happen. They fouled Carden. So Carden will be going to the line. All right, so Carden at the line. 6:34 here remaining in the first half. Doesn't sink the first one. And Zinner coming out, Juarez going back in. Carden gets the second one, 22-16. Inbounds to Williams. Williams gives it to Winters. Juarez with it in the corner. Juarez kicks it back out. Thompson with it. Gives it to Williams. Williams with two guys on him. Gives it to Thompson. Thompson to Juarez. Juarez puts it in underneath, but Lando slaps it back. So Williams doesn't get that basket. Inbound play for Manson. Juarez to inbound. Puts it into Winters. Winters tries to fire one, but it gets blocked. Jordy gets the rebound as it goes over the basket. Jordy driving in. 6:02 remain in the first half. Nice feed by Sam Arevalo to Carden. 24-16. Manson wants another timeout. Again, the Bears tend to continue to lead, and Manson's shot's not dropping. So coach wants to talk to his team, settle them in, and get them back to firing like they were in the beginning of the game. They jumped out to a lead and really were looking on fire, and slowly the Bears kind of had a run at them, got the lead. Manson had a little run, took it back, and then the Bears have gone on a nice little run to take a 24-16 lead over Manson. I think the Bears continue to do this. I would be very good. I'd love to see them continue, not back up, not back down, just play really hard, walk out of here with a good victory tonight. This is a league game, so this will count towards the league playoffs. All right, teams coming out after the timeout. All right, so Manson inbounds to Williams. Or Thompson, I'm sorry, Manson. Thompson inbounds to Williams. Williams drives down the side, gives it to Rasmussen, into Thompson. Thompson trying to back Carden down, puts it up and in. 24-18. Lando with it. Lando brings it over. He kicks it to Preston. Preston doesn't get that one to drop. Williams picks it up, driving down through traffic, tries to get it up, doesn't drop. Sam Arevalo ends up with it. Williams wants it back. That's where you cause fouls a lot of times. Doesn't get one called this time. Preston missed the last one. Doesn't drop. Carden just forces his will and takes it away, but they're going to get called. So 10 pushed him down. So Winters will have another foul. This will be the third foul, I think, for Manson. I think. So Bears will have, yeah, it is. So third foul for Manson. And there will be an inbound play with 5:08 remaining here in the first half. Bears hold a 24-18 lead currently. Gives it out to Preston, to Sam. Sam kicks it to Jordy. Jordy looks in underneath, gives it to Lando. Lando with a three, and sinks it. 27-18. Gives it down to Rasmussen. Rasmussen looking at what he can do. Gives it to Thompson. Thompson trying to back him down. Gives it out to Winters. Winters tries to feed it through. Doesn't. And Carden takes it away. Gives it to Lando. Bears coming up the court. Kicks it down to Jordy, to Carden. Carden to Preston, out to Lando. Lando for another three. Doesn't fall, but he gets his own rebound. Carden gets it. Carden passes it over to Preston, to Jordy. Jordy Medina for a three. Falls into Sam's hands, into Carden. Carden up and in. 29-18, 11-point lead for the Bears. Williams bringing it across, trying to set up the offense for his team. Gives it down to Winters. Winters gives it into Thompson. Preston takes it away. Drives through everybody and gets fouled. So that'll be foul number 4 on Manson. One more, and the boys will be going to the line. 3:57 remain here in the second quarter in the first half. And Bronson and Jacob come in. Manson also subbing in. Escalera going in. All right, Lando with it, gives it out to Jacob. Jacob with it, gives it to Carden. Carden drives around, but he's put it on the ground. They give every opportunity to try and get that ball. Escalera with it, kicks it over to Williams. Williams drives, lays it up and in. 29-20. Sam Arevalo with it. Sam drives through traffic, kicks it out to Bronson, who wasn't expecting it, and unfortunately bounces off him. Back to Williams, who gets stuffed by Lando, and the ball taken away. Gives it to Lando. Lando driving through, and he goes up and in. 31-20. Rasmussen with it. Rasmussen. Jacob on him. Gives it to Williams. Williams drives around the edge. Gives it Escalera. Thompson in with it. Gives it over. Schoenwald with it. Schoenwald into Thompson. Gets it batted away. Rasmussen with it. In to Thompson. Thompson doesn't get it. Might have been tipped. Jacob with it. Gives it to Lando. 2:47 remain. Down to Sam Arevalo. Sam drives. Puts it up and in. 33-20 with 2:38 left here in the first half. Williams comes across the timeline. Again, seeing if you can get around. Rasmussen with it. Rasmussen gives it to Schoenwald. Schoenwald says, let me try a three. Doesn't drop. Oh, yeah. Escalera shoved Arevalo, Sam in the back. So he should be going and shooting. Oh, Sam's going to have to go shoot. He gets to shoot 2. Aren't they shooting 2? Oh, is that a shooting 2, right? I think they shoot 2. Okay, so Sam Arevalo should be in shooting 2, I think. So Sam's going to go in and shoot 2. All right. All right, so Sam's going to shoot 2. With 2:21 remaining in the first half. Bears up 33-20. Sam's hoping to put him up by a few more. Sam hits the first one. 34-20. And Juarez comes in for Escalera. And gets the second one. 35-20. Sam will take a little break, and Jordy will come in. Rasmussen to inbound. Inbounds to Williams. Williams brings it down across the timeline. With Bronson on him. Kicks it over to Thompson. Thompson with Carden on him. Tries to dribble it, and they're going to call Carden for holding. So that'll be, I think, his second one. So Carden will go out and Preston will come in. Into Williams. Williams down to Zinner. Zinner to Thompson. Thompson on the ground. And they're going to call Preston for that one. And timeout Manson, I believe. 1:53 remaining in the first half. Bears up 35-20. All right, Manson will have an inbound play under the basket. Inbounds out to Williams. Williams drives, feeds it underneath. Zinner for a three. Will not drop, and Preston Thompson ends up tipping it out to Jordy. Jordy brings it down across the timeline for the Bears. Kicks it out to Bronson. Bronson back to Lando. Lando looks at it, kicks it back out to Jordy. Jordy drives through everybody, puts it up and in. 37-20. And Zinner with it. Zinner kicks it over to Schoenwald. Schoenwald to Juarez. Juarez to Thompson. Thompson fires, doesn't drop. Preston with the rebound. Preston brings it down, gives it back to Lando. Lando crosses the timeline, kicks it over to Bronson. Bronson fires the three, doesn't drop. Juarez comes out of there with it. He tries to get it underneath Schoenwald to Williams to Juarez. Juarez to Zinner. Zinner looks to try a three, gets it tapped away, ends up getting it tapped back to Lando. Lando looking to see if he can go all the way, and he tries, doesn't make it, gets blocked cleanly. Manson bringing it down, and now we've got Zinner to Williams. Williams trying to force one up and in, and he does. So 37-22. Bronson Becker with it. Bronson comes across the timeline. Kicks it over to Lando. And now Michael Taylor wants a timeout. 17.5 seconds remain. Bears up 37-22 as we head towards halftime. Coach putting in a play here. I'm assuming he's going to try and burn as much of the 17 seconds as possible and get a last-second shot or basket. I mean, it would be nice to get a little lay-in, but regardless, I know they're going to try and have the last handle on the ball and last opportunity to put a few points up before both teams head into the locker room for halftime. Bears 37-22. After a slow start, man, the Bears have taken off. So loving it. All right, Coach Taylor sending his squad over to inbound and make this last play, well, hopefully last play with 17.5 seconds remaining. Over to Lando. Lando drives down to Jordy. Jordy back to Lando. Lando drives, 10 seconds remaining. To Jordy. Jordy fires a three and sinks it. Takes him up to 40 to 22. Full court shot, doesn't drop. Bears go into the locker room almost doubling up Manson. After a slow start, the Bears have taken off. It is awesome to see. So Bears leading 40-22 as we enter into the 10 minutes of halftime that we have here. So we'll have to see how it goes. I think we're going to see if we can find another young lady that I've interviewed in the past and harass her a little bit. Let's see if we can pull this off here. I think we probably can. All right, can you hear me okay? All right, we're going to put you up on air. Actually. All right, we have found another young lady to interview tonight. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good.
Are you? Are you shooting guns?
Yes, I am.
You are?
Yeah.
What are you shooting?
I'm shooting so in the fall and spring I shoot a 22 light rifle for
Okay.
high school rodeo.
Okay.
And then right now I'm shooting 22 pistols. It's a bullseye competition. It's a 10-week competition. That's really all I know about
That's all you
it.
know about it? All right, well, actually, I should start out. Give me your name.
I'm Kimber Reynolds.
Okay, and your parents.
My parents are DJ and Courtney Reynolds.
Okay, that's awesome. And is so the cowboy competition, is that with the FFA or is it just?
No, it's just like something we do for fun.
Okay, and you compete against other.
It's called the Inland Empire. Shoot, I forgot what it's called.
It's all right.
But it's against Pacific Northwest states.
Okay,
So it's multiple states.
that's pretty cool. I hear you're doing okay.
We just started.
Okay.
So I did pretty well last year, but it was a little rocky this week.
Well, I can imagine. So I'm assuming you're enjoying it since you're doing it in fall and spring.
I
and then
am.
you're shooting in pistols in the winter. Now, are the pistols, is that part? That's different.
It's different.
Okay. And is that an organization or that's just for fun?
No, that's the one that's multiple states. The rodeo competition is it's Washington State right now, but then I could have the opportunity to go to nationals down in Nebraska.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Okay. So besides shooting 22s, are you managing the girls basketball team?
I am.
All right. How are you liking that?
I really like it.
Do ya?
It gives me something to do in the winter, so I'm not just at home bored.
I like it. Now, last year you were heavily involved in the FFA, correct?
Yes.
Are you again this year?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm the vice president for our chapter.
Okay, well that's awesome. What do you got going on with that?
Not really much, but
Okay.
we do have our dessert auction coming up
Okay.
very soon.
Okay, when is that?
I'm pretty sure it's the 29th of this month.
Okay. Senior night.
Yes.
Okay. Yep, that would make perfect sense. That's been a lot of fun, and there's some good desserts there, I'm telling you. So that should be fun. Are you going to play softball again?
Yes, I
Okay.
plan to.
Okay, well that'll be fun. Did you do any winter or fall sports?
Yes, I played volleyball.
Did you? How did you like that?
It was good. I really liked it this year.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. You guys actually did pretty good.
Uh-huh.
You guys were in districts, and it was Cleellum you came back against?
I'm not sure. I was on
Okay.
JV. So.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys did well. It'll be fun to watch you as you get into that. But I think they were down like 2-0. They ended up coming back and winning it.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. But that's cool. I'm glad. I saw you over on the sidelines. I'm going, is she playing or is she managing? So I wanted to make sure of that. And other than that, how's the rest of your year going so far?
Really good.
Sophomore this year?
Yes.
Okay. Have you been thinking about colleges?
Kind of.
Kinda? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair. What are your thoughts currently?
I kind of want to go into a trade school.
Oh, okay.
So
And BA?
I don't really
You
know.
don't
I
know,
just
just
want to
a
go into the
trade school.
trades. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That is fair. So when you say trades, you're talking, what trades are you talking?
Like heavy diesel, welding.
Okay, so
Yeah.
those. Okay, well, that's cool. I was thinking nursing, welding,
Yeah.
etc. So we were in the same boat, but welding and heavy diesel. Okay, that's fair. And what schools are you looking at for that?
I don't really know.
You don't know yet?
Wyotech is a good one.
Okay. Well,
That's really the only one I've heard of.
You need to go visit
Yeah.
and see what you
Yeah.
think. I had a friend from Tonasket. He was going to go be a pipe welder, and he went down there, saw it, and decided that wasn't exactly his gig, so he changed his mind. But I know there's a lot of people that have gone there and been successful and really enjoyed it, so that'd be really cool. My son keeps playing with wires and trying to shock himself, so that's all good for him, too. But that's a lot of fun. Anybody you want to give a shout-out to? No?
No.
Okay.
Actually, just my parents
Just your
for
parents.
supporting me through
Hey.
everything.
that's a good thing to do, and I'm sure they appreciate it. You're a pretty good kid from what I see.
Thank
and normally
you.
usually, as they say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, which means you got some good parents too. So that's awesome to hear. Thank you for taking the time to chat with us. I'm sure we'll bug you more.
Okay.
And hopefully the rest of the basketball season goes well. I expect to see the ladies with you in Spokane. And then hopefully this spring softball does really well.
Yep.
And your shooting goes well. I shot trap. That was a lot of fun. But not quite the competition that you've got where I can't see anymore, so it doesn't matter. That's good. I'm glad you're having a good time. Thank you for visiting with us.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay. Thank you so much. A lot of fun talking with some of these young folks and seeing what they've got going on and catching up with them and visiting. So that's awesome. And we are sitting in halftime with 3:59 left here in the half. The Bears have already come back out of the locker room. So I'm sure Michael Taylor told them, do what you've been doing, boys. And if they continue to play like they did in the first half, I expect a good-sized victory here tonight. And this is kind of what I'm expecting to see of the Bears as they continue to really meld. I mean, there was some great passing underneath to Carden on a couple of plays that gave him a nice, clean shot up and in. And so that was a lot of fun to see. And the Bears are just playing really well so far tonight. You know, again, off to a slow start. Frankly, I got a little worried when they got down 0-4, and Manson looked like they were going to really take it to the Bears tonight. And then the Bears kind of battled back, took a lead. Manson said, came right back, took the lead back. And from that point on, it's pretty much been a Bear ball. Bears have done really well and, got their hands on the ball, done the right things. I don't think anybody's so far in foul trouble. So it's nice to see them be able to play like they want to, which is great. Coach has done some good substitutions. Everybody's played pretty well. So hopefully the momentum and the play continue for the Bears, and they walk away tonight with a nice victory here in league to give them a 1-2 in league record. And that would be great for them. Like I said, I think they've got a good opportunity, the boys, of making districts. I really do. I think that it's going to come down to how they're playing at the end of the season and how the other teams are playing at the end of the season. But, you've got Liberty Bell, who's highly ranked. They just beat the number 1 RPI ranked team this past weekend down in Kittitas. They played them and they beat them. So Liberty Bell's got a good team this year. I expect to see them in Spokane, and it'll be fun to watch where they go and how they do. Okanagan's got a lot of height and talent on their team, so I think they're going to do really well. It's going to be fun to watch. I've heard good things about Tenasket, so we'll have to see how Tenasket does over the course of the next few weeks, and when we do face them, that'll be a good matchup, I think. And then Lake Roosevelt. So I think you've got Okanagan, Liberty Bell, Tenasket, Lake Roosevelt, and Brewster, all of them kind of in the running there for the district playoffs. And the way they set those up, though, I don't know how they've got them this year. I should find out. I'll try and get some information from our wonderful AD, and Travis Todd, and see if I can figure out what's going to happen in the district playoffs, how many boys teams will head to state out of that, and how you get there. I mean, the past couple years, it's been our number 1 team kind of guaranteed. Our number 2 had to win their first game against the number 3 from the South. And then our 3 and 4 had to win their way through to make it there. So I would love it if we had 5 teams able to go down, but I'm not sure if that's the case. If not, the Bears do have an opportunity to be that number 3 or number 4 going down to districts, and they could come out. I mean, you just never know. You just never know. They keep playing like they are tonight, get some more things kind of meshed together, and they're going to be formidable. So it would be a lot of fun. I'd love to see them make it to Spokane, but I'd love to see them make it all the way through districts to the first round of state. Young team, as you well know. I mean, we got 2 freshman starters, couple and 3 juniors. Our senior, we've got a couple seniors, but one of them doesn't see a whole lot of play time, and Jacob does, get some opportunities out there on the court. All right, we're about ready to kick off the second half of this one, and we'll see how how the teams come out, what adjustments they make. I mean, one thing that can happen, the coach can really give their teams a talking to and a firing up, and they can come out a different team in the second half. So hopefully the Bears maintain their lead, and actually I'd love to see them extend it a little bit, but let's see what happens here in the second half. Manson to start the second half with the ball. Rasmussen inbounds to Thompson. Thompson dribbling around, kicks it down to Williams. Williams drives around, tries to get it underneath, loses it, but Thompson ends up with it. Tries to force his way up and in, doesn't get it. Preston comes away with it, gives it out to Lando. Lando slows it up, kicks it up to Jordy. Jordy dribbles through, gives it to Carden. Carden gets it tipped away by Winters, but the Bears will have an inbound play underneath the hoop. 7:32 remain here in the third. Inbounds to Carden. Carden goes around, floats one, doesn't drop. Preston tips it to himself. Kicks it out to Lando. Lando for a three. Doesn't drop into Thompson's hands. Puts it up to Zinner. Zinner doesn't get it to drop. He will be going to the line to shoot two. 7:16 remain here in the third quarter. Zinner to the line. Gets the first one. Zinner gets the second one. 40-24. Sam coming up the sideline. Drives hard, kicks it out to Carden. Carden over to Jordy. Jordy out Preston for a three. Doesn't drop, nobody underneath to rebound. Thompson comes away with it, gives it to Williams. Williams gets it tagged away, but fights back with it. Doesn't get it to drop. Jordy with it. Jordy coming down. Kicking up, drives right around and up and in. 42-24. Williams with it. Sam trying to bat it away, being ridden all the way down. Kicks it out to Winters, over to Rasmussen. Rasmussen down to Zinner. Zinner looking to see if he can drive and get an opportunity, and he does. Doesn't drop. Jordy gets the rebound. Zinner gonna cause some havoc there. He doesn't like not getting the opportunity. Preston with it. Preston puts it over to Lando, over to Carden. Carden for a three. Doesn't drop. Jordy with it. Jordy puts up a little shot. Gets it to drop, and opportunity to go to the line. And that was on Rasmussen, I think. So Jordy will be at the line, seeing if he can do a three-point play here. Schoenwald comes in. Oh, Thompson might have got hurt on that. I'm not sure. I hate it when anybody gets hurt. Okay, Jordy makes it a three-point play. 45-24. Winters with it. Driving around. Gets it tagged away by Carden. Carden up to Sam. Sam loses it to Williams. Tries to get it back and fouls him. So, Manson ball. 6 minutes remain here in the third. 45-24. Williams. Williams trying to drive, kicks it out to Rasmussen. Rasmussen getting trapped, pulls up, tries to fade away, and drops it. 45-26. Sam bringing it up. Kicks it out to Preston. Preston to Jordy. Jordy just drives through everybody. Gives it to Lando. Lando out to Carden. Carden to Preston. Back to Carden. Carden tries to force it in underneath. Winters intercepts it, gives it back to Williams, to Zinner. Up to Winters. Winters fires and drops one. 45-28. Sam with it, up to Jordy. Jordy for a three. That one won't drop, and they're blocked out. Cardin with it. Doesn't get it to drop. Spun, tried to get his back around it. Winters with it. Winters gets it tipped away. Preston with it. Preston gives it up, and he goes out of bounds. So almost stolen back by Winters. It will be a Bear inbound play. 4:39 left here in the third. Bears with a 45-28 lead. Kicks it into Jordy. Jordy gets it tipped away. Kicks it out to Lando. Lando drives around. Gives it back to Jordy. Jordy gets it tapped away. It's going to stay on the ground, but they're going to have a foul. I wonder who that one's going to be on. Not sure. All right, so that'll be foul number 2. So 2 fouls apiece. So Zinner coming out, Juarez going in. Bears with another inbound play underneath the basket. Cardin with it, out to Jordy. Jordy to Lando. Lando doesn't drop. Rasmussen with it. Puts it up to Winters. Winters puts it out. Schoenwald can't quite hold on to it, so it'll be Bear ball. Bears inbounding, or bringing in Jacob and Bronson. So Bronson going to come in as well. All right, Lando with it. 4:08 here in the third. And Lando goes right at him. Jacob with it, gives it to Preston. Preston looks at it. He just goes, puts one up, doesn't drop, and unfortunately goes out of bounds off of the Bears. 3:56 remain. Schoenwald to inbound. All right, so Williams with it. Kicks it over to Schoenwald. Rasmussen with it, driving around, trying to get it through. Williams with it, doesn't drop. Lando with it, gets it tagged out of bounds. Juarez almost stole that pass away. Bears will have the ball. And now Manson trying to cause a little havoc there with putting someone on Lando. Bronson brings it down, gives it to Preston. Preston looks at it, drives around the edge, puts up a little floater and sinks it. 47-28. Sam gets it away from Williams for a second. Williams recovers. Driving around, trying to get through traffic, forces it out. Rasmussen for a three, doesn't drop. Jacob with it, gives it to Sam. Sam goes around, or tries to go around Juarez, but Juarez taps it out of bounds. So it'll be Bear ball on the sideline. Zinner going in. Schoenwald going out. So Bears to inbound here. All right, Jacob inbounds to Sam. 3:05 left here in the third. Sam drives down the side, kicks it out to Lando. Lando, corner shot, sinks it. 49-28. Williams gives it up to Zinner. Zinner drives down, tries to get through traffic, tries to go through everybody, doesn't. He gets to shoot 2 though. So, not sure if that's on Jacob or who that's on. I didn't get to see his fingers, and they don't have a scoreboard. So 49-28, Zinner at the line, made his last 2. Gets that one. Good free throw shooter so far. Second attempt here. Sinks that one as well. 49-30, Sam with the ball. Driving, spins out, drives around, kicks it out to Lando. Lando for a 3. Jacob Pachowski tries to rebound and put it back up while in the air. Doesn't get it. Williams with it. Williams with it. Gets it away. Gets it passed back. And Rasmussen with it. Kicks it all the way out to Zinner. Zinner for a 3, and he makes it. 49-33. Bronson with it. Bronson to Jacob. Jacob for a 3. In and out. Preston with it. Gives it to Preston. And they're coming in. They're going to say jump ball. Should be Bear ball. And it is. 159. 159 here in the third. 49-33. Bears have a play they've called in. Bronson for a 3. And he hits it, 52-33. Williams brings it across, drives, kicks it out. Zinner. Zinner drives, puts one up, and drops it. 52-35. So 52-35, 139 remain here in the third. Zinner, been great at the free throw line so far. Continues. 52-36. Lando with it. Drives, kicks it back, over to Bronson. Bronson looks at it, kicks it, tipped by Zinner. Errant pass. Zinner kicks it over to Thompson. Up and in, 52-38. Bronson with it, kicks it to Carden. Carden to Jacob. Jacob up and in. 54-38. All the way up to Rasmussen. Rasmussen, Thompson from the side. It's a 3. 54-41. Bronson drives, kicks it out to Lando. Lando looks at making a drive. Bronson for a 3, doesn't drop. Nope. Nobody in to rebound. Carden had it. He could have gone up with it. Just he had it on the ground. Kicked it out, hoping for a 3. Didn't happen. 19 seconds remain here in the third. Bears are now up 54-41. Williams trying everything he can, and he gets a charge called, so it will be Bear ball with 12.2 remaining here in the third. So Winters going in for Williams. Jacob inbounds to Lando. 10 seconds. He goes around everybody. Puts a little floater up and in. 3 seconds. And that one's not going in. So Bears at the end of 3, Bears up 56-41. Both coaches talking with their squad, telling them what they want to see here in the last 8 minutes of play. Definitely not out of reach. The Bears had an 18-point lead at halftime. That has been cut down to a 15-point lead. So Manson did a little better in the third. Bears need to continue to want to extend the lead, play hard, and really go at them, and not try and play it safe and A lot of times I see that happens with teams. I know when my sons were playing, they'd get a good-sized lead, and then they're like, oh, we don't want to lose. Oh, got to play careful, and ended up losing because that just wasn't how it needed to be done. So hopefully here in the remaining 8 minutes, the Bears are able to play hard and come away with a victory. Looks like Manson ball to start the fourth quarter. Thompson to inbound to Winters. Winters brings it across. Sets it up, kicks it out to Juarez to Rasmussen. Rasmussen trying to feed it into Thompson. Thompson trying to bump and grind. Carden gets it away. Bronson with it. Bronson bringing it across the timeline over to Preston, into Carden. Carden up and in. 58-41. Thompson puts it back to Zenner. Zenner bringing it across for Manson. Setting it up, trying to drive through traffic. So are they going to count it? Or are they calling it on the ground? Oh, they're counting it. So Zenner will be back at the line. 58-43, and again, he's done exceptionally well at the free throw line. See if he remains perfect here. That one does not drop. Juarez gets it. Lando had his hands on it there. Winters trying to feed it over to Rasmussen. Rasmussen looking back over to Winters. Back to Zenner. Zenner trying to look for three. Rasmussen looking to see if he can feed it over to Zenner. Zenner looking to see if he can get through traffic. He can't. They're down to 5 seconds. So Winters trying to feed it through. Well, Rasmussen fires, doesn't count. Gonna say shot clock violation. Good defense by the Bears to keep him out of there. So Bear ball with 6:49 left in the game, 58-43. Lando bringing it across the timeline. Kicks it over to Bronson. Bronson into Carden. Carden with a little shot. Doesn't drop. Rebound by Thompson out to Zenner. Zenner puts it all the way up to Rasmussen, who's wide open in the corner. Fires the three. Doesn't drop. Winters gets it, and he's going to go shoot two. You got to block out, boys. Get yourself set and block out, because you don't want this to happen. There's now 2 fouls, I believe, on Brewster. None on Manson here in the fourth. You don't want to get them at the line for a good portion of the fourth quarter. Fires, sinks it. Down to a 14-point lead. Doesn't, nope, gets that one. So timeout. They are going to do everything they can in this last 6:25 to win this thing, which is what you'd expect. I'm glad that they've got some good competition here. Hopefully the Bears can get on a little bit of a roll and get some shots in underneath the basket. A little closer than they've been making so far. Manson coach talking to a squad, telling him what he wants to see here in the last 6:45. Down by 13 currently. Bears to inbound. And Manson gonna put on full court pressure. All right, Jordy coming down, kicks it out to Preston. Preston had it for a minute, but just a little too much there. There we go. Bears wanted it bad, they did it. That's what they need. Williams with it. Kicks it up to Winters. Winters, nobody on him. Up and in. Bronson with it. Kicks it out to Jordy. Jordy with the 3, doesn't drop. Winters with the rebound, puts it up to Williams. Williams chasing it down. Feeds it over to Rasmussen, who scores. Down to an 11-point lead. Errant throw. Out of bounds, it'll be bare ball. Oh, number 10 pushed, so foul. So that'll be the first foul on Manson. Sam to inbound. Inbounds to Preston, over to Sam. Sam floats it and puts it up and in. 62-49, back to a 13-point lead. Rasmussen, nobody on him. Looking to try and feed in underneath. Kicks it out to Winters. Winters drives, doesn't get it to drop. Harden can't get his hands on it. Zinner with it. Zinner fires the 3 and sinks it. 11-point lead again, and a poor pass by Preston. Down to a 9-point lead. No, 8-point lead. Could be a 7-point lead. Yeah, it shouldn't be 54 yet. It should be 53. Should be 53-62. Or 62-53. They gave him a point already. And that one does, no, it does go. I got 54. We're going to put what they have, which is 55. Almost made a basket for them. Oh. Sam brings it up across the court, kicks it out to, nope. And that'll be out of bounds on them, so it will be bare ball in underneath. Smart move by Carden to get out of the way. They're showing a 7-point lead. I would have said an 8-point lead. Sam doesn't get that one to drop. Williams with it, driving around, doesn't get it to drop. Sam with it. And timeout, Taylor. 4:32 remain. All right, so 4:32 remain. 9 possessions if you burn up the entire shot clock, which isn't going to happen. Bears to inbound. Sam to inbound. Excuse me. Bronson to inbound. Sam goes to the hoop. 64-55, 9-point difference. Winters with it. Winters kicks it out to Rasmussen, back to Winters. Over to Williams. Williams to Thompson. Thompson to Rasmussen with nobody on him. Doesn't drop, but hits the the cable, so it'll be Bear ball. 4:07 remaining. Sam with it. Carden with it. Lando with it. Carden with it. Carden driving. So he walked with it. 3:51. Williams. 3:48 remain. Winners. Throw out to Williams from Rasmussen as he's going out of bounds. Thompson with it. Williams. Out to Winters. Winters for a 3, doesn't drop. Preston with it to Sam. Sam driving down the sideline. Kicks it out to Lando to Preston. Preston for a 3. Doesn't drop. Zinner with it. Zinner gets his own rebound, puts it up and in. 2:52 remain. Jordy. 67-57. Williams with it. Kicks it into Thompson to Zinner. Zinner fires the 3. Doesn't drop. Carden with it. Carden gives it back to Sam. 2:25 remain. Burn a little clock, boys. You got a 10-point lead. Burn it down. Winners with it. Zinner with it. Over to Williams. Doesn't get it to drop. Carden through to an unsuspecting Lando, and it goes out of bounds. Manson ball. 1:58 remain. Bears with a 10-point lead. 2 minutes, 4 possessions. Zinner inbounds to Winters. Winters to Williams. Thompson with it. Thompson gives it to Williams. Jacob with it. Gives it over to Sam. 1:37 now remain. 3 possessions. 10-point lead. Burn clock. To secure the victory for sure. Out to Lando. Lando decides to go for a 3. Thompson with it. Gives it to Zinner. Zinner gets it tipped away by Sam. Sam smart play by Sam. 69-57. And I'm not sure. Sorry about that. So Manson wants a timeout with 1:05 remaining. Bears have a 12-point lead with 1:05, which could take forever, depending on how many timeouts are left. Okay, Manson coach talking to his team saying, hey, you guys pulled it up close, but now we're back to a 12-point deficit here. We got a minute to pull this off, so let's figure this out. All right, Manson to inbound. Rasmussen with it. Rasmussen kicks it out to Williams. Williams for a 3. Out of bounds. Bear ball, 101. 2 possessions. 2 30-second possessions. But you got to be able to hold on to it for 3 seconds. There's only and that was not how you want it to go. This is what can happen in a minute. Sam Arevalo is who you want to handle the ball. Carden, just back it out. So that'll be one foul. That'll be their second foul. They got to commit 3 more fouls in order to get the ball back. So Preston comes in. Back to Lando. Lando, and that'll be foul number 2. So that'll be their 3rd foul. 36 seconds remain. That'll be foul number 4. So have another one to go. He's really good at free throws. And that'll be foul 5. So, right? I think that's foul 5. Pretty sure that's foul number 5. 5, right? Shooting? Yep, he's shooting. All right. So Preston will, or excuse me, Carden will shoot with 32.4 seconds. You want your best free throw shooter at the line. He gets that one. And gets the second one. All right. 29 seconds remain. Williams driving through, puts up a shot, doesn't drop. Zenner gets the rebound, doesn't drop. Lando with it. They're going to say jump ball. And Brewster ball. .5 seconds remain. 71-59. Into Jordy. Jordy drives around everybody, brings it out, and he has a foul called on him. So 3.6 seconds, no, 13.8 seconds, sorry. I can't see the first digit on the one clock closest. So Jordy at the line shooting a couple. Gets that one drop in. Jordy gets that one. 73-59. Williams with it. Drives through traffic, lays it up, doesn't drop. 5.4 seconds. And 1.8. Your final score, 73-59. Bears boys with their third victory of the season, and first league win, moving them to 1-2. So let's see how they do as we progress through the rest of the season. Going to be a lot of fun, folks. Stay here and enjoy it with us, and we will catch you